So for the first question, okay, calculate the numbers of parcel AMO delivers. Okay, so first thing that I did was to find the total ratio, which is 15 here. So 645 times 11 over 15, then you will get AMOs as 473. But for part B, calculate the distance he drive. So first thing that we need to do is to find the time taken. Okay, as time times speed, then you get the exact distance. So 11:15 in the morning minus 7 in the morning is actually 4 hours and 15 minutes difference. So 50 times 4, 15 over 60. The reason why I changed it into 15 over 60 is that the time must be in hour format. So 15 out of 60. So after the calculation, you should get 212.5 kilometers. Whereby for part C, okay, total distance over total time, then you get the average speed. So the distance was given as 54, whereby for the time, you need to find the difference as 1 hour and 43 minutes. So change the 43 minutes into hour format. So you find the results 31.46 kilometers per hour. Whereby for part D, Priya has 50 identical parcels. Okay, keyword here nearest kilogram. Okay, so I find the rounding value as 1 divided by 2. So you either require to plus 0.5 or minus 0.5. As for the upper bound, so simply takes 50 times 17 plus 0.5. Your result should be 875. Whereby for part E, 67 out of 645 parcels, so multiply by 100, you should get 10.39%. But for part F, okay, for this question I missed out the keyword, okay, correct to one significant figures before doing any of the calculation. Okay, so I changed 29 into 30 times 70, then should get 2100 parcel. A to B, okay, this is actually a reflection from the line where x equals to 1.5. Whereby for A to C, this is actually a anti-clockwise 90-degree rotation from the point 0, -1. So for part B, all three has been included in the video, so feel free to check those out. Question 3. Okay, first thing that I did was to find the total numbers of ball, which is 18. So find the probability that she takes a red ball. So red, we have 10 over 18 equivalent to 5 over 9. Whereby for part B, take 2 balls at random without replacement. So the keyword here is without replacement. What does this mean is that after one draw, the denominator will decrease by 1. The arrangement should be red, blue and blue, red. So its respective probability will be 10 over 18 times 8 over 17 plus 8 over 18 times 10 over 17. So your final results 0.523. Whereby for part C, okay, Talika took 3 balls at random from her bag without replacement. So the arrangement could be RRR plus BBB. Okay, so 10 times 8, 10 over 18 times 9 over 17 times 8 over 16 plus 8 over 18 times 7 over 17 times 6 over 16. So your final results 11 over 51, which is equivalent to 0.216. Whereby for question 4, first thing I use my protractor to find DAB as 75 degree. Then I match up to plot down my point D. But for part B, find the actual length of the side BC of the marketplace. So BC from my ruler, I get 8.7 cm. So I multiply it by 5, you should get 43.5. However, if this question here, you have different answer from mine, it's totally fine. Because your answer will vary according to the printer that you use. Okay, because when you print it out, the scale of it might be different. So it will affect the BC's value. Whereby for part C, more than 35 meters from A, so I change 35 meters into 7 cm. So from A, I draw a arc over there, which is 7 cm. So anything more than that, okay, which is the upper area, should be the answer. Whereby nearer to C than B. Okay, so construct a perpendicular bisector on BC line. Okay, and then it says nearer to C. So it should be the upper part of the line now. Whereby nearer to CD than to BC. So closer to CD. Okay, so I constructed a bisector for angle DCB. Then it says nearest to CD. So the part should be shaded is stated above. Whereby for part D, change the scale into 1 to n. So simply change 5 meters back into cm. Okay, you should get the answer as 1 to 500. Alright, whereby for question 5, okay, simply substitute the value of -3, -2, 1 and 3 into the formula given. You should get the respective y results as -2.1, 1.6, -1.7 and 2.1 respectively. So by doing so, you can now plot out the points and then construct the graph as shown below. Okay, whereby for question C, okay, so if you look closely, it's stated that y equals to 3 over 10 x to the power of 3 minus 2x equals to 1 over 2 bracket 1 minus x. So what this means is that your new line here will actually be y equals to 1 over 2 bracket 1 minus x. So I simply brought down 2 points and then I constructed a line. And then the 3 intersection of this new line with the original graph that we drew earlier will be the answer. So according to my graph, okay, my results should be -2.02, -0.45 and 2.25 respectively. But for part D, okay, it states that when y equals to 1 has n solutions. So how many is there? So this will actually be 3, because when we look back to the graph, when we construct a line from y equals to 1, we will have 3 intersection points. So, as for question 6, find the perimeter of this logo. So first thing that I did was I had to find the angle of DOE. Then by using cosine, okay, I got it as 60 degree. As for COA, it is 90 degree. So 360 minus 60 minus 90, I get 210 as the balance. By having this angle here, I can now calculate its major sector arc. 210 over 360 times 2 times pi times 0.5. So it is 7 over 12 pi. Plus 1.5 plus 1.5 pi is 0.5. So the balance should be 5.83. As for part B, calculate the area of this logo. I separate it into two parts. One is the rectangle, the other is the major sector of the circle. So 0.5 times 1.5 plus 210 over 360 times pi times 0.5 squared. So the result should be 1.21. As for part C, okay, the keyword here, mathematically similar. So it was given that area is 77.44. So square root of 77.44 equals to square root of 1.21, which is gotten earlier, over the radius. So we use the area of the major sector there. So square root of 210 divided by 360 times pi times unknown square equals to square root of 210 360 times pi times 0.5 square. So by running a calculation, you should get the final results as 4. But for part 2 here, okay, I changed the 15 millimeters into 1.5 cm. So 77.44 times 1.5 times 19, then divide it by 1000 to convert it into kg. So the final result should be 2.21. Whereby for question 7, okay, first thing for you to calculate the mean, you need their midpoint. So it is 25, 75, 112.5, 137.5 and 175. So multiply it by its respective frequency and then divide it by a total of 20. You will get the results as 111.25. So for cumulative frequency table, pretty straightforward. Simply add everything cumulatively. So 2, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 6 plus 4 is 6 plus 11 is 17. A student was chosen at random. Probability that this student has a pencil case with a mass greater than 150 grams. So it's only 3 students that has more than that. 3 over 20 equals to 0.15. Whereby for part B, okay, height of the bar on histogram, this actually it's a frequency density. Okay, so let's use the one that was given there. Frequency divided by 4 minus 0. Okay, it's obvious that the result is not 1.6. Okay, what this means is that there's a scale factor involved. So I set the unknown over there and identify the unknown as 1 over 5. So let's look at the next group, which is 6 to 4. So unknown over 6 minus 4, I made a mistake there by writing 4 minus 2. However, the result is still the same because the balance, okay, the difference is also 2. Times 1 over 5 equals to 2. So by doing the shifting, I should get the frequency as 20. Whereby for the next group, 7 to 6, unknown over 7 minus 6 times 1 over 5 equals to 1.2. So the balance there, after doing the shifting, should be 6. But for part C, simply multiply the frequency with the numbers of book read, then divide it by the total of 45 plus x. Okay, by running a calculation, you should get the final results as x equals to 5. So for you to write down the mode, simply find the group with the highest frequency count, which is group number 3. So for the part number 3, find the median. Okay, so our total here is actually 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25th. So through cumulative frequency, you should be able to identify that the 25th, okay, fall under group number 4. As for part H, okay, so the details of the working has been shown over there. Okay, however, I would like to point out part C and E, which I made a mistake on the video without the audio voiceover. Okay, the correction has been included in C, and the final results for C should be 64x minus 45. Whereby for part E, for the fx part, the numerator should be 3 instead of 2. So the changes has also been made. Okay, your final result should be 8x squared plus 11x minus 13 over x plus 2. Moving forward, question 9. Number 1, D is an element of A. Okay, and for part that has F and G as their element will be A intersect with B. Complete the statement. So I would say that set B itself has 6 elements, and also one of the students pointed out that everything other than A is also 6 as well. So these two answers should be accepted. Whereby for 9 part B, okay, so it's referring to C intersect with everything other than D. So actually draw a small graph at the side to illustrate why is it C only the final results. Whereby for question C, okay, so the keyword here only mathematics, so I make a mistake here. So for mathematics only should be 18, okay, whereby for you to show x equals to 4, okay, this is actually using the second keyword here, 19, study 2 or 3 of this subject. So x plus x plus x plus 7 should be equivalent to 19. So by running a calculation, you will get x equals to 4. Okay, through that you can find geography as 8, and the h here is also affected due to the mistake in mathematics. So since mathematics only is 18, h value will now reduce to 5. Whereby for part 3, use the set notation to complete the statement. Everything other than G union with M union with H is empty set. Whereby for part 4, okay, I use the small graph there to illustrate what's happening. So the result should be 15 because x plus 7. Question 10, A, B, and C is pretty straightforward. Okay, you can just refer to my working and get it sorted out. But for question 11a, okay, normally I won't straight away complete the table. I will jump straight into the n-term sequence first. Okay, as for sequence A itself, it is a geometric sequence. Okay, by using the formula an squared plus bn squared plus c, I identify a, b, c's value and then substitute it into it. So the n-term sequence should actually be 2n squared plus 5, and when n equals to 6, results will be 77. But for sequence B, okay, I actually double check whether it is geometric sequence or not, okay, and it doesn't qualify for it because the second row of the difference is not the same. So having that being said, okay, I now look at the value itself. One, 3, and 9 is actually 3 to the power of something. Okay, so I made an assumption that 3 to the power of n minus 1. So when n equals to 1, 3 become 3 to the power of 0. So when n equals to 2, it becomes 3 to the power of 1, and when n equals to 3, it becomes 3 to the power of 2. So I identify the n-term sequence of B as 3 to the power of n minus 1. So when n equals to 6, okay, let's find 3 to the power of 5. The results will be 243. But for part B, it's pretty straightforward. Simply substitute n equals to 2 for the first question. So result should be 21. For part 2, okay, so use the formula given, 4n squared plus 4 plus 3 equals to 498. So by running the factorization, you will get n's value as 11 or negative 11.25. However, for us to represent sequence, there's no negative sequence here. So the result should be when n equals to 11 term. So thank you for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have friends that's struggling to solve all these parts here, feel free to share this video to them. So I wish you all the best for your exam preparation. Thank you.